Ladies and gentlemen, mains and mainettes, Shinobi Nation, and the Busters unite. We are here with the second video y'all should be seeing from me today, man. We got a double upload day. Last video y'all should have saw was a recap to Resident Evil Vendetta. Now we're gonna be recapping the follow-up movie to that film and the latest Resident Evil CG film that was out. It came out 2023. I hope we get more going forward, but this is the most recent CG film, and it was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It had some weirdness to it, you know, some areas that was like, but I liked it. It was almost like a Endgame for Resident Evil. Like all the main players showed up in a big team up type of film, man. But with that being said, let's watch this recap of Resident Evil. This is actually by another channel. We usually always watch story films, but I don't think he made one on this video. So we're going to be watching this by Popcorn Returns. Let's get into it.
Welcome to Resident Evil Death Island, where the island is Alcatraz and death is zombies.
Yep.
We've got everything. Babes who kick ass.
Bruh. That's Maria.
Hunks with big guns.
Bruh.
Tip to tip, bro.
Huh?
Babes with big guns.
Bro.
Explosions. And most of all, zombies. So join the old gang.
Look at this,
Jill
bro.
Valentine.
Yeah.
Chris Redfield. Leon Kennedy.
Nice seeing Jill again.
Claire Redfield. And Rebecca Chambers. So sit back and enjoy the show.
Man, oh man. I'm about to say, you got to get an ad. So different, you know, story
Warning,
film.
graphic scenes of zombies, blood, and gun violence. Viewer discretion is advised.
All right.
The SWAT team is en route to Raccoon City to provide reinforcements.
1998.
They have no idea what's going on. Their squad leader briefs them that the city is in lockdown and they're ordered to evacuate Umbrella execs and government employees only.
Yep.
No civilians. They got off the truck and the people are already rioting. Next scene shows the aftermath of the attack. A handful of officers barely made it alive and are confused about what's going on with the people. An officer is on the phone with his superior, explaining the status of the survivors, and was told to quarantine them or get denied evacuation. They were then ordered to shoot on sight anyone who is infected in Raccoon City.
It's crazy. I'm sorry for pausing, but it made me think this could have easily been Carlos. You know, these are the Umbrella soldiers out here during Raccoon City. You know, Carlos was out there. He didn't know Umbrella was crooked at the time. You know, this could have been him.
Even their own team members. One of them prepares to do it, but was stopped by his buddy. Their team already changed into zombies, but his buddy still attempted to stop him from shooting their team. He shakes free and fired at the zombies while his buddy cowers on the floor. Leon is receiving intel about a Dr. Antonio Taylor.
This is a year after Vendetta, 2 years before Resident Evil 7. So this is the last time we really saw all of the main protagonists.
His handler explains that Taylor has been kidnapped by unknown militants with a lot of firepower. The doctor was involved in top-secret military research, and they need him in custody ASAP. The van passed him, and Leon revs into high gear. He begins chasing after the van, but was suddenly attacked by another biker. They went into a tunnel, and the other biker dropped cars from a truck. Leon evaded with ease. He caught up and shot the woman's tires, but she somehow used the truck as a ramp and launched herself onto Leon's bike.
Know who that is?
He tried to shake her free, but she stepped on his front brakes, sending Leon flying.
Said, damn.
She got away.
Yep, it's Maria Gomez from Vendetta. She back with a vengeance.
A man is observing an orca carcass when he's joined by a woman. She's Claire Redfield from TerraSave, an NGO supporting victims of bioterrorism.
Yeah.
She measures the bite and remarks that the bite radius is too big and can't be a shark since they don't mess with orcas. She wonders what it could be. Jill infiltrated a house against orders and was told this was a bioweapon situation and to stand down and wait for backup, but she immediately hung up to look for survivors.
Yeah, this was kind of sad too because she was acting kind of cold, but she just really got out of her rehab pretty much from being brainwashed from Wesker, and she was just now getting back into the field, and she wanted to, I guess, hold her own, and yeah.
She stealthily moves around the house while strategically turning off and on her flashlight. She reaches the second floor and enters a bedroom. Blood is splattered on the wall, and moving in, she notices a body on the floor. She turns it, and she was too late. Jill left the room but was attacked by a zombie out of nowhere. She struggled to keep it from biting her and pushed them both off the ledge. She finished it off then and there. Just then, the rest of the SWAT officers stormed in with Chris Redfield at the forefront.
My thing with Jill in this movie, though, people that know like big lore, after her brainwashing with Wesker, like they didn't give her super ability. She was already just moving like that. I guess it kind of just, you know, tapped into her potential, and that she was able to do all them flips like she was doing Resident Evil 5. Can she still do that? You know what I'm saying? It would have been cool to see her still fight like that. I mean, she did a move in this movie that was crazy. So I know she still got the abilities, but would have been nice to see her more.
Back in HQ, Chris talks to Rebecca about the previous night's action. He says the city now has 12 cases so far. Rebecca says that the tests indicate that all were infected with an improved version of the T-virus, and they all have needle marks, and that their victims didn't turn into zombies and just died from their wounds. So the virus isn't spread by air or by bite. Rebecca asked if Jill was bit, and Chris said no, she was just being reckless. She tells him to go easy on Jill since she's been through a lot, so she's probably just trying to make up for what happened to her.
Yeah.
Jill was letting off some steam in the firing range. Chris walked in and tells her he wants her off this case and to take some time off.
What's up?
She mentions the time when she was mind-controlled by Wesker, a major virologist villain. All she wanted to do was to kill Chris while being conscious of it and unable to do anything. But she's fine now. Chris tells the story of peers who fought alongside him.
Yeah, that was
Chris
crazy.
wanted him to...
I wasn't expecting to hear, you know, a straight up game event. I mean, they were talking about being, you know, Jill being brainwashed by Wesker, but the fact that Chris dropped, you know what I'm saying, Pierce's name and how he died, I was like, damn.
Succeed him, but instead Piers died saving him.
Yeah.
They always put their lives on the line for this job, but Jill's action last night was too reckless, and others' lives were put at risk, so they have to be more careful. But Jill wasn't having any of it. She ignored Chris and went back to target practice.
I do think it was kind of not weird necessarily, but Resident Evil 5 happened in 2009. Not saying Jill should have got over it, you know what I'm saying, soon. You know, you don't know how long that'll affect the person, but it's 2015 now. Like, damn, how long was she in rehab? We found out, what was that, 2011, I think, Revelations 2, we saw that email she sent to Barry, and she was like, you know, she's doing a little better, going to rehab, yada yada yada, but she seemed more happy in that email. You know, one thing I wish we could get with the Resident Evil characters is like almost like the Fast and Furious movies, when they're sitting around a table eating, drinking, joking, you know what I'm saying, really see them interact on a more personal level without any zombies. I feel like that would add a whole lot more to the characters. Every time we see them, they're going through it, you know what I'm saying? It would be nice to see them kind of, you know, even if it's just a small 3-minute scene, you know what I'm saying, of them just having fun, you know what I'm saying, so we can see their personalities outside of being stressed, depressed, you know what I'm saying, and all of that, man.
A mysterious man steps in and congratulates Dr. Taylor on producing a working prototype. He then produced a revolver and only put one bullet in.
Yep.
He then aims it at Dr. Taylor's head and fires, but there's no bullet. He says that fate decided that you'll die another way. He then tried the gun on himself, and it just clicked silently.
That's the dude from the
Chris and Jill
beginning.
meets up with Claire and all exchanged some bland pleasantries.
Right.
Claire shows a map of Alcatraz where around it is considered a giant national marine sanctuary.
I do gotta say that though, the voice actors were a lot of the people from the games, like Claire and Jill. Those are the same voice actors from the remakes. Chris, it isn't Roger Craig, but he's the Chris from Umbrella Chronicles and the other movies and stuff. But it was just kind of, it seemed like the delivery was kind of off, or sometime it will be a delay, you know what I'm saying? Somebody would say something, then it will be too long before the next person said something. And then the jokes were, like, these were the worst jokes, bro. They were kind of very cheesy, but...
Lately, a lot of trapped whales have been disappearing around the area. She explains that the orca carcass from earlier had a strain of T-virus in it, similar to the infected people in the city. Rebecca brings up the list of infected on the screen. Everyone has one thing in common. They all visited Alcatraz recently. The trio quickly embarked on a trip to Alcatraz. Chris calls Rebecca, and she tells him that she can create a vaccine for it. Dr. Taylor escaped from the lab, which now shows being in Alcatraz. The man appears to be expecting the trio to show up, so he proceeds to debut their creation. Claire, Chris, and Jill are walking with the tourists when suddenly a zombie bites a person. Chris hurried over and quickly dispatched the zombie.
Where did music
Then
come in?
an influencer turned into a zombie and all
Oh,
hell
yeah.
breaks loose.
He was out there
Jill
recording, making
tussles
YouTube
and
videos.
managed to dispose of one. Claire helps a woman and joins other survivors inside a cell. They try to barricade the door, but the zombies are too athletic and got in. The woman
them
turned
muscles
into a
moving.
zombie despite not being bit, which confused Claire. Meanwhile, Jill is still busy killing zombies,
Locking in.
but is doing just fine. A guard behind her is overwhelmed with zombies, so she rushes in to help
Jumped
out.
in there. They come
After
up
taking
Jill.
care of all of them, the guard turns into a zombie. Jill has no choice but to take care of
Look
it
at
with
this.
style.
Look at this, bro. I said what? I'll find the
Chris
action
is
scenes
doing
after
what
this,
he can to save people, but their area is completely overrun.
bro. Yeah.
Jill recovers and slowly begins to explore her surroundings. The mystery man is being philosophical about the
liquors, bro.
nature of good and evil in the context of the food chain, but he's obsessed with Russian roulette. A flashback brings us back to the two officers at the start.
Yeah.
We now learn that the mystery man's name is Dylan and his buddy is JJ. JJ kept firing at the zombies, but one managed to get through and bite him. He ended up killing every zombie. Dylan reported that there are 2 survivors, but one is bit and bleeding bad. He was denied evac and was ordered to terminate all infected. JJ and Dylan fought for the gun and Dylan got hit on the leg. In the end, Dylan got the gun and pointed it at JJ. JJ mouthing the words, "Help me please." Back in the present, Dylan fired the gun only to come up blank. Chris and Claire are trying to reach Jill but don't get a response back. A noise coming from behind alerted the two. They open the cabinet and discovers a hidden Dr. Taylor. Jill
part had me
appears to
weak.
be in the sewers.
Mo was scared.
She carefully moves around but notices a shadow moving.
Oh, yeah.
She moves in to intercept but lost her chance when she was attacked first.
Their first
After a
meetup.
brief back and forth, they both discovered that they know each other.
Yeah,
Zombies appeared
Leon.
and Leon shot a few of them and then gave Jill a gun.
They lucky
Then,
was
without
working good
warning,
together.
a liquor came out. Liquors are blind but are sound sensitive, so Jill and Leon remained very still. The liquor turned around and begins feeling around, Jill remaining motionless. A
Yeah,
jerry
no.
can slides and she stops it, but something else fell, so it's game on. They both ran out of there, but Jill got caught and is being dragged back. Leon helping her out. They continued on until they reached the edge. Leon pushed Jill out of the way and kicked a can of gas and shot it.
Yeah, Leon's
They're
the main
both
character,
safe
bro.
for now.
You got too many
Chris
saucy
and Claire
moves.
are looking around an
His
area
jokes in
with
this
Dr.
movie
Taylor.
were trash though.
Claire asked who he is, and he lied and said that he's Tony Davies. Chris said he's from BSAA and Claire from TerraSave. Tony insulted TerraSave, calling it a cult and terrorists, but Claire angrily replied that they were framed for that.
And yeah, I want to know what they were talking about. I didn't know if they were talking about Revelations 2, you know, but I do know there was a manga that takes place after Revelations 2. It was another TerraSave adventure. There was like some reality TV show. It was like a bunch of swimsuit beach horror, something like that. They were on the beach and they had to do like I don't even know what they were trying to do, but like everybody in the daggone manga had swimsuits on, and an outbreak happened out there. TerraSave had to get involved. Claire was there, and I was like, maybe they got framed for that or something. I don't know.
Chris tells them to be quiet and be on guard. They both turn around again and find Tony gone. There was a cry of help from some distance, and Tony is cornered by a zombie. They help him out, and a couple more zombies come out.
Yeah.
Claire creatively killed the 2 zombies with the help of a table, while Chris by just brute force. Tony was okay, but Claire had a look anyway. Tony was sorry, he called her a terrorist, Chris telling him that they help anyone, even the bad guys.
I was like, you know, it was Wesker.
Jill asked what the tunnel is for, and Leon said that it's to move ammunition back when Alcatraz was still a fortress. She asked why he's here, and Leon said he's looking for the doctor, who's a robotics engineer, looking to sell his research to another country but got kidnapped. She said her reasons, and Leon thinks they're connected. Leon felt a draft from somewhere and moved the bricks. They found a hidden passageway and decide to enter. They come across what looks like a tank with mutated creatures. Something seems to be moving its way into the mess hall. It eventually finds Chris and Claire. It landed on Claire first and stings. She double over. It hit Chris next. Tony seems to know what happened to them and gets away. He runs up the stairs but was blocked by the woman who attacked Leon earlier.
Pretty
They
much
now
what
arrived
Glenn
at what
was
looks
doing
like a submarine dock.
in Vendetta.
As they both look around, Leon deduced that they're using it as an armory these days. Rebecca calls Hunnigan, Leon's handler. Hunnigan sent her intel, but Rebecca says she can't contact the gang. Hunnigan said that someone hacked into the Department of Defense looking around cases of bioterrorism in Raccoon City. They stole data on Leon, Chris, Jill, and Claire.
Yeah.
Leon and Jill soon come across Dylan's control room. Leon explained that the screen is showing the biodrones, which is Dr. Taylor's expertise.
Little fly mosquitoes,
Leon
pretty
thinks
much.
the lab from before is the incubation tanks for it. Then Dylan reaches out via the speakers. He invited the two to meet him in the prison main block where Chris and Claire are already in. Rebecca prepares and packs the vaccine, and her escorts go with her. Leon and Jill both head to the main block and eventually finds everyone. Both Chris and Claire looking pale. Leon finds Dr. Taylor and exposes him.
It was kind of, I was hoping to see an interaction between Leon and Claire. Like, they barely had any scenes together, but it would have been nice to see that. This is, I'm assuming, their first time meeting up after Infinite Darkness, when they kind of had their dispute, you know what I'm saying? But I guess that they just cool again.
And Claire was confused why he lied. The lights turn on and Dylan reveals himself. He's explaining how people are getting infected without being bit when Leon gets stung by a biodrone.
Yeah.
Dylan tells him he gives the biodrone a target and they always deliver. The mystery woman, who now we learn is Maria Gomez, kicked Leon. Leon realized that Arias, a former CIA turned bioterrorist, was helping Dylan.
Vendetta.
Dylan says that the gang are not protecting the people, but the corporate executives who profit from this mess. He recalls his painful memory with JJ. JJ pleads for his life, but Dylan pulls the trigger. The gun only clicked. JJ scrambles to find his gun, but Dylan attacked and killed him with a toolbox.
Beat him to death.
Dylan says he's sick of this world and how those with money and power get to decide what's right or wrong, good or evil. So he'll wipe the slate clean with the virus. But he won't kill everyone, only those he decide. Like how he spared Jill so she can experience his same pain from before.
I was like, bro,
he warned her to watch out for Claire since she's about to turn and Taylor is still inside. Dr. Taylor ordering Jill to shoot Claire to save him. Rebecca and the rest of the SWAT team are nearing Alcatraz. Back in Alcatraz, Dylan is berating everyone. Leon, how he's working for those who cover up the truth. Claire, how she works for a group that don't solve the actual problem, but only offer band-aid solutions. Chris, how he always sacrificed team members in each mission.
I said, damn, Chris, he kind of got you, because every time we see Chris, he's losing one of his men, you know, one of his teammates, even down to Jill, bro. If it wasn't for them fighting Wesker and Wesker, you know, I guess bringing her back and brainwashing her, Jill would be dead. Oh, you know what I'm saying, tagging along with Chris. I was like, damn, yeah, no. Freaking Jill, Finn, Pierce, like everybody Chris be hanging with get killed.
How she always rely on emotions and not think logically. Dylan said that he did his duty, but his superiors still made him kill his best friend anyway. He has to carry this guilt and suffering all his life, and soon his biodrones will share it to the rest of the world.
He's gonna take it out on the world, though. Like, bro, that mother was about to turn, bro.
Rebecca reached Alcatraz and stealthily moved out, but suddenly an officer spots something approaching them fast. They brace for impact, but it's one of the mutated creatures.
Everybody
They opened fire, but it kept on coming.
Except for Rebecca.
The creature took an officer while Rebecca floated on a plank.
I was like, damn.
Dylan shot Taylor. Jill threatened Dylan, so Maria subdued her. Leon popped a flashbang and Jill was able to escape during the commotion. Maria beats up Leon, but Dylan told her it's unnecessary since they're all infected anyway. He says soon the biodrones will hatch from their liquor hosts and go out into the world. Then the final stage of his plan will be complete. Meanwhile, Claire is trying to stop the bleeding. Taylor tells her to worry about herself instead.
Right, she was literally about to turn.
She says that there's nothing they can do about the virus, but they can still stop the bleeding. Taylor thinks of giving up because of what Dylan said, but Leon said he made his choice, and so did they. Chris says that we can't deny the world is messed up and destroying it is easy, but doing the right thing despite it all is the hardest.
Yeah, if this movie was kind of like setting up the protagonist being numb to this, like Vendetta was setting it up, but this one is confirming it. Like, they pretty much said that this is what we're going to be doing for the rest of our lives, pretty much, you know what I'm saying? And it also, you know, doubled as a Jill, you know what I'm saying, movie with her getting back into the field. So that's why I was like, damn, I hope we can see Jill again now that she's back now. You know, this movie confirmed that.
Taylor is wondering why everyone is calm when they're dying, and all say because they got Jill. Taylor asked Claire to stop. He produced his pen. In it is a code to a backdoor to the network, just in case they screwed him over. He gave it to Claire and wished her luck before dying.
I gotta
Jill
say,
was navigating
the Claire face, I love the RE2 remake face, but this Claire, I'm grown to love it, bro. I've grown to love it. It would be cool if she does show up at 9 and they kind of like merge the two, you know?
the tunnel and eventually meets up with Rebecca. Rebecca has the vaccine, which will work as long as they haven't turned yet. Jill is heading to the incubation tanks, while Rebecca goes to where everyone is. Dylan takes a syringe and orders Maria to open the floodgates.
The way she... Well,
the
I ain't gonna say
trio
it,
is
but...
nearing their limit, but just in time, Rebecca made it. She administers the vaccine to everybody and tells everyone Jill will be at the armory. Jill arrives at the armory and wonders what's going on.
Hella guns
Chris
in there.
and Claire have both recovered and decide to meet up with Jill. Leon is already at the armory when Maria shows up.
Yeah, this fight was crazy.
She's happy the virus didn't kill him since she wanted to do it herself.
My thing is, damn. On Vendetta, they didn't really show it, but remember when he threw the motorcycle off and it hit Glenn Arias? Yeah, he killed him, but it was Chris and Leon. It was a joint thing, but I don't know. Like, this Maria Gomez, I don't know if she was a virus or something, but she was like, she had to have been some type of brainwashing, bro. Like, she had to realize Glenn was twisted, but here she is a year later still trying to get revenge. The way she's gonna die, but the way she dies was kind of, it was a lot of anticlimacticness.
Jill finds Dylan and tells him to give up since the others were cured. Dylan expected it and says it doesn't matter. Soon the world will see there is no justice, no good or evil. He can finally atone for killing his friend. He shoots himself and falls into the water. As he sinks, he's eaten by the creature.
We're finna mutate.
Leon is still getting beat up by Maria.
Like he just locked in and won. That's how it went.
It's not very effective.
I was like, bruh.
Leon just keeps getting grappled. Then he starts to fight back.
All right. Like he decided to lock in and won. I'm like, bruh.
Instead. Leon eventually got a good punch in, followed by a great spinning back kick.
Over with.
And Maria flew and got impaled. There's no coming back from that.
I was like, bruh. Leon locked in and just one tapper.
The whole gang finally meets up at the armory.
Freaking Endgame,
A colossal creature emerges from the water. It's Dylan, and he fused with a bioweapon. Everyone locked and loaded and got ready. Leon shot a crane and got it hooked. Claire and Rebecca fired rockets at it.
Like, where
Chris
they get the
and
rockets
Jill
from?
also sharing with the fun. Leon tells Claire and Rebecca to stop the biodrone with the code they got from Taylor. Chris and Jill making full use of the armory's resources. Leon drives a tanker and dropped a grenade before dropping off.
I gotta find that scene. They all did
Claire
some
and
unnecessary
Rebecca got
flips.
in the network using the codes and proceed to stop the drones. Claire overrides the programming and is not in manual mode. She goes to press the button, but Rebecca stops her, saying that since they now control the drones, they might as well use them. The creature is still fully alive and well. Jill was thrown off a distance, but accidentally discovers a plasma rifle. She asks the two to get the creature closer, since it heats up to 20,000 degrees but short range, so the two work together to make it happen. They use a truck to lure it closer to where Jill is charging the rifle. She fires the plasma rifle. Chris and Leon got knocked out of the truck. The creature looks dead but suddenly awakens. It's not over yet. Jill gears up for another blast, but the charge is back to zero. The creature flings her far away. Just when things seem hopeless, the creature suddenly stops. Rebecca unleashed the biodrones on the creature to mess with its chemistry. The creature ambles to escape towards the water. Chris and Leon chase after it. Rebecca lowers the floodgates. Jill reaches it before everyone and tries to lure it away the water. Chris and Leon connect together a huge weapon. Jill dives into the water, and the creature follows after her. She tried to evade, but her bag got caught in its mouth. She frees herself, and the creature continues to escape. Leon aims the bazooka at the gate and fires,
Here,
the
guys,
gate falling freely and chopping the creature, Jill's depth charge also detonating.
Yeah.
It's finally over, and the whole team rejoices. Jill looks on at the scene. Next scene shows everyone just chilling and waiting for rescue.
It's pretty much
They
an
see
ending.
it arrive, and they move to meet it.
They were all pretty much saying, they kick butt together, and this is pretty much their life. Jill was like, I'm glad to be back. Or Chris said he was glad that Jill was back, and she was like, so am I. They fist bumped. They went off into the sunset on the helicopters like always, and that was it. Who knows where they went off? We know we're gonna see Leon in RE9, Chris, we're gonna see him in 7 and 8, Claire, Rebecca, and Jill. Who knows, man? I hope we can get updates though. This took place in 2015. We don't know where they are after this, man. But this was a solid movie. I'll try to find some of the action scenes. Like I said, a lot of it was like not weird, but just some of the dialogue was kind of crazy, and some of the I'm saying, all of the jokes were pretty like, they didn't really hit, but it was so bad it was kind of funny. CG was amazing though. This is a gorgeous looking movie. Here we got Jill in the sewers. Kind of saw most of it. Oh damn, did it skip? Damn, I think it skipped that one move. We saw it in a recap when she did the spin off the wall and stabbed the dude in the back of the head. I want to get it in fast speed, but don't think it's here. This is the big last scene right here. Look at when they start flipping and listen to the music.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, it's freaking Endgame. Resident Evil ending. Look at this. Unnecessary. Look at Leon. Why did you do that, sir? And Claire didn't even shoot nobody. I don't even know if she dodged anybody, to be honest. Why did Chris jump? Only person that seemed like they did a necessary movement was Jill jumping over this. Chris, why did you jump? Rebecca slid under to shoot it. Claire, she just being acrobatic, bro. Like, what? Crazy. This too. Why the freak did Jill jump over this crate like this, bro? Like, look. Like, bro, she could have just went around it, bro. I was like, bro, like they were trying to make it so actiony. It was good, but it was like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? It was like, bruh, but I liked it though. Cause the games, what's the word? Campy, like camp type of joking around, extra, you know what I'm saying? This was like 100% that, but I liked it. It was definitely cool to see Jill again though, man. Really hope she's in RE9 or at least a DLC, you know what I'm saying? So she needs some more love. That's kind of it. I don't think there was too many other big action scenes other than this. When they first introduced Jill, she was fighting this zombie. That move she kind of, when she pushed off of this, that was kind of hard, but wasn't too much action scene. It was just picking up off of Vendetta, bringing in a new villain, showing all of that. But overall, solid film. Overall, solid film. Now that I've seen all of these CG movies, I definitely think Vendetta might be my favorite, followed by Damnation, and then Degeneration. Infinite Darkness and this Death Island, I think they're tied up in like the last slots. But number one, it will be top 3: Vendetta, Damnation, Degeneration, or maybe Vendetta, Degeneration, Damnation, in that type of order. But these are some solid CG movies. I would love to get more. I would love like a Ada Origins. I would love that in a game, but if they don't want to do a game, definitely do a CJ movie, or CG movie. I would also love a Wesker origin, because I was thinking about it. If Jake was 20 in RE6, and in 1998 Sherry had to been like 9, 10 or something like that, that means Jake was already born. He was probably like 4 years old. So Wesker already had Jake. So I mean, there was a woman, you know what I'm saying? And we found somebody left a comment saying Wesker was born like a regular boy, but he got took in by Umbrella and experimented on. He was, number 13, the Wesker that made it, pretty much, him and Alex. So it would be cool to get an origins on Wesker, either a movie or a game. Same with Ada, that would be fire. But Resident Evil Death Island, this was a solid movie. Definitely watch it for yourself to get full context, full lore, full dialogue, and all of that. But it was good. It was good. A nice setup, a nice, I guess, team up and sending off, I guess. Not necessarily sending off, but just letting us know where all the protagonists were in 2015, right before RE7, since RE7 introduced a new character and all of that stuff. But now that we're back to Leon and Raccoon City, I want to know where these characters are now, you know what I'm saying, in the current timeline. You know, I hope we can see or at least get mentions of their whereabouts in Resident Evil 9. But I'm gonna end this up right here. Y'all can let me know what you think about these two movies, Vendetta and Death Island, down in the comments. And yeah, next video will be episode 1 of Resident Evil 7. So until then, I hope y'all enjoy. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell so you know when I'm posting, man. Share the content, share the channel, do all of that. I'll see y'all in the next one. It's your boy Kai SMG. Peace.